Welcome back to Fat Butcher Rips. Today we have something a little unusual. Haven't tried anything like this before, but it struck me as something that will be fun. So if you're ready to figure it out, let's rip. Okay, it's the off season. I don't know when I'm gonna put this up or even if I'll put this up. I haven't tried anything like this before, so we'll see. I was scrolling through eBay just kind of mindlessly, and I saw something, and it was like a lightning bolt to my childhood, and I decided, all right, that could be fun. Let's give it a try. And it is the 1982 Topps Hockey sticker album. Which in and of itself is just a masterpiece of a time machine. Trophy winners of the past 11 years that end in the, the early 80s. The Nordiques and the Whalers are prominently involved. I mean, just all good stuff here. It's got Messier, it's got Gretzky, it's got Yari Curry, Coffee, you know, the height of the Oilers. There's our whale. Obviously, there's a lot of different Gretzky cards in here. The Winnipeg Jets, back when they were the first Winnipeg Jets. I mean, Campbell versus Wales, let's go. And then my Blackhawks from back in the day. I was a very young boy, so this is how I initially got introduced to collecting, was stickers. So we have the album. We also have a bag of about 125 packs of stickers. At this age, I was only following hockey through newspaper box scores for the most part. We didn't have cable. My local news was for a community where most of the towns were under a couple thousand people. My town had like 200 people. You just didn't see hockey. I may have never seen some of these guys ever, but I'll have heard the names probably. I was also like 6 or 7 when this came out, so bear that in mind. But for me, I just used to love doing the stickers and filling the album. I never filled an album up. You know, I could get like 10 packs of stickers a year at most, if I was lucky. I wasn't that good of a kid to earn a whole lot more than that. So I know I've rambled a bit. I had a tendency to do that before. I've tried to break that habit, but this one, there was a bit of a backstory. I have no doubt I will not be opening 125 of these sticker packs on this video. I'm going to open a good amount of them, get a good feel for it, see how many guys I recognize, and then I'll probably open the rest off camera. I'm going to try and fill the album, and if I get close at all, I'll kind of tag it up at the end and let everybody see how far we got. So let's start by opening a couple of these packs. Now, these are probably going to just fall right apart. I can see some of them already are kind of looking a little loose around the edges and look like they're going to give way. These are, let's see, so this is 1982. These are what, 43 years old? Like this one, it's just coming right out of the package, and that's okay. Look, we've got our Nordique in here. We've got an action shot of the Blackhawks. I don't know, who is that? I don't know who that is. Secord maybe? The old helmets are hilarious to me. I mean, that's good stuff. So Michael LaRocque, I'm not familiar with his work, but all right, let's see if I can guess my Blackhawk at least. Is this Secord? Stanley Cup playoff action. So it doesn't even tell me who it is, but it looks very action oriented. So these are what I actually was gonna guess Bossy, and then I didn't want to look like even more of a dope. Stastny. Just get these couple guys. So all right, Joe Mullen, Bourque Salming. Yeah, I wouldn't have known that. I'm familiar with the name. I'm familiar with the work, but was not familiar with the look. So let's just do a couple of these. They obviously are coming apart pretty easily. So we got I mean, look at the face on this guy. That is Pierre LaRouche. I mean, this is just pure early 80s. He looks angry. I think he's in the Jets. Yep, Paul McLean from the Jets. I really kind of just want to do this until we get like some Gretzky, if there's Gretzky. Now, because these are coming apart so easily, Pete Peters, great name. Hey, Dale Hunter. Man, he looks young there. I'm a little worried that some of these might have been looked through, but you know, it is what it is. There's like no glue left on these packs. At least the ones I've touched so far. NHL leader of Doug Wilson. I mean, these are awesome. Bridgman. It's our guy Steve Shoot. And Johnstone, Sealing, and Duguay. I did not think we were missing any big stars there. I was not incorrect on that. All right, couple more. Let's see what we can find. I mean, this is... The guy who sold them very upfront was like, hey, dude, they're coming apart. I haven't searched them myself at all. Ooh, something foily. This is like modern day. I feel like I've got like hits coming. Holmgren. Look at, I mean, just look at it. The guy's on the move, no helmet, hair's flying. Rick McLeish getting it done. Dunlop and Peter Stastny. NHL, the All-Star stickers are actually pretty cool. I actually have seen some people, I think people like graded like rookie Gretzky stickers. I can't imagine grading anything out of here. Given the fact that they, oh boy, I've seen a couple of these dudes so far. Dan Maloney, Rick Sealing, I've definitely seen. I mean, this just looks like a Dickie. Like he's just got like on a 1980s Dickie. Harold Sneps. I mean, that's like a crazy look for a professional athlete, but it was a different time. All right, look, this one, I actually had to touch it to get it to come apart. So this, who knows what's in here? Maybe this is where all the gold is. Mike Louis, I got him in the cup earlier this year. Bob Suave or Sauve. I know Sauve is probably how it is, but it's got all the right letters. I want to call him Suave because, you know, it's just more fun. Rick Vave, see, look, I've heard of him, hadn't really seen him, would not have recognized them. Merlin Malinowski, Michel Goulet, I remember Michel Goulet from the Nordiques. Merlin Malinowski is a great name, but Colorado Rockies with, you know, very Avalanche-esque logo, pretty cool. All right, this one also seemed like it wasn't completely all the way open, so we'll give it another opportunity here. Willie Huber, I mean, that's a name I've never heard. So Lars Molin, I mean, these Canucks jerseys are banana land. I mean, it looks, I don't know, I mean, it looks super unprofessional. Glenn Anderson is a recognizable one. Hey, look at that, Bobby Clark. I had a feeling, look, a little cut on the bridge of the nose. My guy has seen some action. All right, and we got Tremblay and we got Shoot again. All right, all right, this one's pretty wide open. Let's see, we got foil though. I've seen this angry mug of McLean. I've not seen this mustachio gentleman, Bob Lormier. Ron Francis, that's a nice one. Man, looking young. See, I'm familiar with these guys much later in their careers. Ed Mayo, the Norris Trophy. So I like that they foil up some of these like all-stars and trophies and all that kind of good stuff. All right, we'll get another one going here. Let's see if we can find, you know, one of the key Oilers. That's really, you know, the Messiers, the Gretzkys, the Yari Currys. Those are the kind of the three guys I was really looking for. Dino Ciccarelli, though, that's pretty awesome. Stanley Cup final, very cool. All right, here we go. Can we find any of our guys? Willie Lidstrom. All right, Paul Coffey, All-Star. good looking card too. It's not a card, it's a sticker. You get it. Glenn Anderson. I'm getting a lot of Glenn Anderson. I am looking for Oilers, but not that Oiler. Another playoff action. Rick Middleton and Dale Howardchuk, NHL leader. Man, so young. So young. But then again, if you had a picture of me from this year, I would look very young as well. All right, this one, I mean, almost completely sealed. That's nuts. Al Secord, that was one of the guys. I don't know that I ever even saw him play, but he was always in the box score. Always somebody that, like, you know, I could hear people talk about. The Art Ross Trophy, very nice. I mean, tell me, like, that looks like a Soviet beer league from 1978. What were the Canucks doing? Sorry, Canucks fans, if you really like I'm sure you're nostalgic for those, but they look insane. Rick Middleton, leader. To somebody who wasn't able to physically see the game back then, to just see that Canucks jersey in a vacuum is nuts. All right, Kent Nielsen. Come on, we just need one. Norris Trophy again. We just need one of our guys. There he is. Paul Coffey is a decent one. Langway and Park. Man, oh man, talk about a team that was loaded with talent at that point. Messier, Coffey, Curry, Gretzky. My goodness. You don't see anything like that really anymore. Salaries the way they are, it would be tough to have that much talent. Though I guess it was young talent, so maybe. All right, there's Yari Curry. There he is. All right, now some Oilers are starting to pop. Dave Hunter, not the Oiler we're after, but Paul Coffey again. We're starting to see some Oilers. McNabb. Really want to get Messier or Gretzky. Let's see if we can't hold out a couple more packs, but at some point we'll have to say we gave it a good try. Another Howardchuk, another McLeish. Is this Keela Fleur? Like, honestly, that was one of the few I recognized because he was so notable. Ron Lowe. It's not the goalie from that team I remember. Larry Murphy's not so bad. But yeah, Guy Lafleur was just so famous for his hair, and his hairline was already starting to give up on him back then. So Ray Bourque, young Ray Bourque, All-Star. Really actually like that a lot. Look at those All-Star jerseys. Those are cool. I mean, they kind of look silly, but in a cool way. So, all right. Rocky Sagnick. Not familiar with him. Another Yari Curry. Come on, we're getting the Currys. We're getting the Coffees. Rob Ramage. Fun name. And the Calder Trophy. We're getting a good mix of the different trophies. Just need a Gretzky. And there's a lot of different Gretzkys in here, so it shouldn't be this difficult. The Whale. Oh, a couple of. So we got Stastny, and we've got, who we got here? There he is, Mark Messier. Oh my God, he was so young. I couldn't even conceive of him looking like this. I remember, I guess, like from the Rangers era, much more vividly. All right, so now we're in business. Dave Hunter again. Vezina Trophy. So now we've got like 4 different trophies. We're moving. The only thing we haven't seen is a Gretzky. There's legitimately like 8 or 9 different Gretzkys in this product, in this album. A really nice little Trottier on the back end of his run. Bill Derlago, huh? Chris Valentine. Mike Bossy again. And was that common to have like a sweatshirt or a towel inside the neck for a goalie? I don't know. That's cool. It looks like he was like at a Turkish bath in between periods. I hope he enjoyed it. All right, couple more. Kent Nielsen. We're starting to really kind of pile up here without getting any Gretzky. It looks like another Messier that is. Apparently it's from OPG Platinum because this bad boy is off center. Ba-dum-bum. All right, and all right, there's another Paul Coffey and Rod Langway. All right, I mean, this is kind of like a a Tim Hortons opening where you feel like you've opened so much and then you look at your pile and you're like, oh my God, there's so much left. Jorgen Pedersen, Paul Holmgren, Kevin Lavallee, not familiar with his work. Daryl Sittler, familiar with his work. He looks kind of like, you know, the USSR NHL leader Billy Smith jerseys that he was wearing. Stastny with the Nordiques. All right, we're gonna keep going a little bit. I mean, I feel like at some point there's got to be a Gretzky involved here, and so far we've gotten a couple of Messiers, we've gotten Currys, we've gotten Paul Coffeys, we've gotten Bourque, Bossy. We've gotten a lot of stuff that you would think is pretty cool for this kind of product. But we haven't gotten any of our guy yet. Yet is the operative word, because, I mean, what are we doing? Honestly, I almost love it now. Now it's grown on me. Well done, Ivan Boldrev. There's our Gretzky, NHL leader of Wayne Gretzky. So I think the way this sets up in the album is this is like 1, 2, 3, 4 to make one photo of Gretzky because he won so many different trophies. All right, should we set like a 10 more pack limit or 5 more pack limit, and then I'll do the rest off? I mean, I'm having the conversation with myself. I don't know. Here, I'll see if I can keep track and see how it's feeling. If we get a couple more Gretzkys, maybe we'll go for a little bit. Walt McKechnie, I'm not familiar, but I mean, he just looks like a dad that, you know, they're really in a pinch and they're like, hey, Dad, do you skate? Yeah, all right. We've got an extra, like, super basic sweater from the gift shop. Why don't you hop on the ice, my dude? And you know what? He came through in a pinch. Bengt Gustafsson. Love it. That's a great name. McCrimmon, and look at that. We're on a roll now. Gretzky, all-star. I mean, he looks like he's like 17. He's so young. This is what, 3rd or 4th year. My goodness. That is awesome. All right, well, they're not searched. They're just, you know, like cards today, a little bit finicky. The Conn Smythe, haven't seen that trophy yet. That's a great looking sticker. Our guy Guy, Billy Smith. I mean, if you try to tell me he didn't ride a motorcycle into that day's game, there's literally no way I will ever believe you. That dude rode 3 motorcycles in. I mean, that is a look. All right, let's see. This guy, Willie Lindstrom, Richard Brodeur in the final. All right. Maloney. Who's this? This is, all right, we're going to save him. Honestly, I cannot believe that I'm putting things to the back to save out of here, but Larry Robinson and that perm or whatever he's got going on is majestic, and it needed a little bit of spotlight. All right, a couple more. We'll kind of dig through a couple more of these. For those who have stuck around or still here, you know, salute, because this is obviously not typically what anybody is looking for. Man, look, Ray Bourque. Nice. Looks like Sean Penn. Maybe a young Sean Penn. He had it all. The Sean Penn looks and the hockey skills. That's a double. This is a double. We're starting to double up on some stuff here. Do about 3 or 4 more, and we'll take a break from the video. I'll continue to rip away. This looks like he just gave up some terrible gold. Rick Wamsley, not looking pleased. Yari Curry, yet again. I think we've seen that one before. Who's that? Michel Dion and Marcel Dion. That's a nice one. Nice. All right. Couple more. Yeah. Don't know that I'll ever do something like this again, but this is this is like a super nostalgic kind of, just, you know, the opening of the stickers. I'm really looking forward, for whatever reason. I don't think there's, yeah, Sittler's in there. Yeah, okay. For whatever reason, just the idea of tossing these into the album. God knows if the glue will actually still apply them to the album. We'll see about that. I might need a glue stick to get involved. Steve Casper leader. I don't know what he let in. Doesn't tell me that. Lanny McDonald. I mean, that is the bushiest. Well played. Man, facial hair really was a statement for these guys. Gotta respect that. All right, we got Mark Napier. Typically, any of these that they're like, you know, they look like they're like sharing a space. Yeah, Ray Bourque, like those were reserved for the big names in the sport. So this is the same, I think the same leader Gretzky that we had before, the Wales Trophy. They had to break that in two. Is that 2 stickers for the Wales Trophy? So yeah, I'm not crazy about the fact that our Gretzkys are doubling up. I like unique Gretzkys. These are falling apart like completely, so we'll just knock them out real quick here. All right, let's see. We got Mike Bossy on the All-Star. Very nice. And who's this gentleman? Brian Propp. He did look familiar. Okay. Glenn Anderson. Dave Taylor All-Star. And game action from the Stanley Cup Final. Interesting. This is right before the Oilers kind of ripped off a few years. All right, let's call it. Let's say this is it. Let's see if we can go out on a high note. I mean, that mustache is a high note. Trottier, nice. I mean, again, it's like someone's dad. Like, oh, Doug, can your dad hop down on the ice? It's like, yeah, I mean, do they have helmets? No, it's cool. He's super comfortable with that hairline. Reg Kerr. I mean, that's awesome. I love it. Solomon again. The Norris. I think we've seen the Norris trophy. Richard Brodeur and Pete McNabb. And I actually had one here that was falling apart that I forgot I set down. So we'll get it since it's already there. North Stars. Neil Broughton. I don't think we've seen a lot of North Stars activity. North Stars is very nostalgic. I mean, that was the rivalry back in the day. North Stars, Red Wings for my Hawks. So Keith Action Acton, Bobby Smith, and Rod Langway. Okay, that is a pretty good handful of these bad boys. I think we've seen quite a few. One, glorious mustaches. There can be no doubt about that. We've seen some dudes who I don't remember ever being that young. My little stack of stickers there. Obviously, I still have a ton of these little packs to open. I'm gonna bang some of these out. I'm gonna go ahead and see how much progress we made on this. I'm a bit of a weirdo. I'll probably have to figure out a way to complete it. Don't know how doable that'll end up being, but I'll at least show you how far we got. So sit tight and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. It's been a little while. This took quite a while to open all the packs, and then even longer to sort them out, get the album together, and all in all, a really fun experience. So we have a lot of extra stickers here. There are a handful of Gretzky stickers, Messier, you know, a lot of fun stuff there. But more importantly, I know this won't show very well, but we have a complete album. It's super fun. You know, seeing all these players that I haven't thought of in forever was a blast. There were some interesting you know, looking guys. This was the Oilers page with kind of the Gretzky and the Messier and the coffee and Yari Curry, Grant Fuhr, all this kind of fun stuff. So Won't spend a lot of time here. Just wanted to show you real quickly. We got the whole thing, the all-star page in the middle, my sad little half-page Blackhawks only. But I know the initial part of this video, opening some of the packs, took forever. So there it is, full. And the last page was this kind of leaders page with the 4-part Gretzky. Yeah, this turned out to be probably one of the more fun things I've done in a while on channel, off channel, in general. I might try this again. This is just kind of a fun little side quest to do, and certainly brought me back to my youth in a big way. So appreciate everybody who's checked this out. It was a lot of fun for me. I don't know how many people will really spend the time with it, but if you enjoyed it, I'm glad you did. And obviously lots more good stuff coming. We've got the SP Authentics on the way here in early August, and really looking forward to that. We'll probably go a little harder on that than I probably ought to, but what's new. So thanks for checking it out, and if you enjoyed it, please give me a comment what you liked. Like, subscribe, obviously always appreciated, and I will catch you in the next one.